making him suicide bomb a police checkpoint. And we're going to be playing that clip because it's censored by the BBC, but it backfired on the London Telegraph. Just put the video out now with their masthead on it saying, okay, well, you censored it. We're covering it. Paul Watson has a big article about it up at Infowars.com. I mentioned this yesterday, but I didn't read the article, and it's so big I will get into the article itself today. It's linked on the right-hand side, third story down at drudgereport.com. That's drudgereport.com. But also up at Infowars.com is where it originates from. TSA rifles through bags, conducts pat-downs at Paul Ryan event. Government agents moving out of airports into the streets. Big article. I'm going to be covering that. And then, of course, our top story here today, because this signifies that we could really turn the corner in a lot of ways, because I'm talking to military, I'm talking to police, I'm talking to county judges, I'm talking to state judges, current ones. I've talked to Congress people off air. I've talked to state senators on air. And this is the reason he's saying this, and local Fox News, Fox 34 in Lubbock took it serious, because the county judge, again, is like it's the mayor of the county. It's like a selectman of the county. But Texas judge preparing for civil war of Obama reelected. Well, really, it should be Texas judge preparing for American resistance to globalist takeover. And again, as more and more people just come out and say what it is, this is where we're going to have the victory. The enemy would tell police world government doesn't exist, foreign banks running a world government doesn't exist, derivatives that are going to bring it down don't exist. There's countless books, videos made predicting all this. The police were shown it as intelligence files to look out for us. So the police have basically, in the intelligence units and the SWAT teams and everything, they've all seen this stuff, and they're like, well, all that is exactly coming true. So their own propaganda. Here's an example. Going back 15 years ago, Marines would show my first films, and Army as well. Because some of them were like, producers I had, brothers and others. I mean, I had countless stories of these where I was personally told it and shown letters where they would get them up and say, Alex Jones videos are being given out. You will get in trouble, and you'll get extra duties if you're caught with it, and then the second time worse. I've been told to tell you this by the colonel. By the way, there's a stack of the videos right here. I expect you to throw them away. So the point is, they get cops all over the country and tell them I'm a liar, don't listen to me. All they do is tune in and find out we're telling the truth. The worst. And gentlemen,
when I hear that whistle blowing.
The story out of the Houston Chronicle about Lubbock, Texas, and their county commissioner head, the judge, saying we've got a foreign globalist takeover happening in America. I need police to prepare to defend against it. Oh, yeah, I'm going to play the clip here in a moment. That's now a national story, and that's going to get everybody talking. This guy just had the courage to say what everybody who actually cares about freedom already knows. And I want to get this guy on the show, Chris. You won't be able to get him on soon. He's going to get swamped. I want to go after him today. Set him up for tomorrow, please. And if you can't do it during the radio time, we'll do it nightly news tomorrow, even tonight. I got Steve Pachinik on with breaking news and Dan Badandi in studio tonight, but let's see if we can get him on the nightly news tonight. That's a good idea. Texas official warns of Obama civil war. A Lubbock County, Texas judge. Now, see, he's not a judge. They call it a judge. He's the head of the county court, which is really the city council for the county. Is asking for a tax increase to hire deputies, like a 1 cent thing, for the inevitable civil war he believes would follow President Obama's reelection. Well, let's actually play what he really had to say, because here's our article from June 1st by Adon Salazar for Infowars.com, one of our in-house great researchers. It's GX, The Guard Experience magazine. The threat at home. Who and what are the biggest dangers to Homeland Security? And it shows a veteran with bombs strapped to him. Really? And by the way, that's how this works. They tell somebody, we're going to kill your family. We've got your little kids. If you don't drive this suicide bomb in, we're going to kill your wife and kids. And you know what? Daddy goes and blows himself up. And of course, they go ahead and kill the wife and kids. Not going to let witnesses be around. They love it. That's why people get into the business of being globalist minions and Al-Qaeda, because they like to cut people's heads off. They like to torture. They like to murder. And we're going to play some of that footage and audio coming up where our government, criminal government, is Al-Qaeda has captured a family, taken over their house. They're making fun of their wedding pictures. These are the heroes. And then they torture the guy and say, you're now going to drive this truck in and blow up a police station. And there's another case where they want to blow up a police checkpoint. A truck full of explosives. Okay? I mean, that's up at Infowars.com. This is on the BBC. They're like, this is good. This is heroic. Well, no, it's not. This is the type of evil. And now they're saying in Army documents that we covered 3 weeks ago, became national news, Drudge Report linked to that. Washington Times covered it. Washington Post covered it. But they were like, oh, it's okay. The Washington Post was like, this is a good thing. Saying that they were training in North Carolina when the militia with the Tea Party links up with Al-Qaeda. Yeah. When the Lucky Charms leprechaun links up with the Easter Bunny and a Chinese jet pilot from Pluto and rainbow ponies dance around and pigs fly. And I mean, but they actually, I knew this was going on 6-7 years ago from my sources. That's why I said they're going to say that the Patriots are going to link up with Al-Qaeda. That's one thing to claim the militia is, which is ridiculous, but they think the public's ignorant about the militia. But to say that the Tea Party, half the Tea Party, because I know the Tea Party folks. I mean, I was there with Ron Paul helping found the original one. But half the Tea Party today is so Islamophobic, folks, they want to glass parking lot the entire Middle East. You know them. A lot of you are them. They say you work with them. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And they have the big National Guard magazine about how, yeah, you're going to be fighting veterans who link up with Al-Qaeda in America. It's coming. It will happen. The #1 threat is veterans. Yeah, you. They're teaching you that you are the enemy. I mean, this is so over the top. That's how dumb they think everybody is. But let me tell you, when they start staging the events, or they, when they bust the Al-Qaeda operative who'll be some, 80 IQ moron with some other veteran who's brain damaged from IEDs. This is exactly who they'll look for. They'll just get them drunk or on drugs and have them say they're going to blow something up, and then it'll be on the news. Habib Hassan Durka was planning with, John Smith, the evil redneck, to kill the innocent people at the military base. I mean, this is the type of garbage they're doing so they can simulate it and get everybody scared. We're going to play this county judge coming up on the other side. Stay with us. Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. We are here live. Back. Weeknights, 7 o'clock Central at Prisonplanet.tv with InfoWars Nightly News. And back Sundays, 4 to 6 p.m. live with the Sunday transmission. We couldn't do any of this without your support, without the good Lord above, and without the incredible crew that I want to recognize in our reporters, video editors, researchers, customer service, shipping department, the writers, researchers, everyone. Amazing job. Please pray for the entire InfoWars Command Center crew, because we are at the tip of the spear, and we go forward cheerfully into the face of the globalist, knowing that our God is more powerful than the God of this world, who is nothing but a fallen destroyer. It's easy to kill, steal, and destroy. It's hard to create and build. That's the God we worship. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are broadcasting worldwide here. We've got McDonald's spying on your kids. That's mainstream news. A bunch of other articles. They're trying to break up the family. Also coming up, BBC censors video showing Syrian rebels forcing prisoner to become suicide bomber. Broadcaster attempts to hide clear evidence of war crimes. You got to go watch the video. They've pulled it off their channel, but it's up there. They're digging through this family stuff, making fun of photos of their kids and the wife, and talking about what scum they are, basically, because the wife at the wedding, didn't have her face covered. And it's just a bunch of Al-Qaeda scum that have invaded the country. And then they torture this guy. And it's so heroic, the BBC reports. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, the New York Times also reports on it. We need Al-Qaeda, the CFR said 3 weeks ago. That's a quote. We need them. Oh, they're such fighters. Oh, they're so handsome. Oh, they're almost as good as G.I. Joe. Oh, can we get the G.I. Joe clip first? Before I get to the county judge in Lubbock, the head of the county commissioners system coming out and talking about martial law and the preparations for it. Oh!
Yo, Joe!
Yeah!
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
He works for foreign banks. He grows the opium and ships it into America.
It's G.I. Joe against Cobra, the enemy, fighting to save the
Oh, Cobra that wears black mask?
Never gives up. He's always
Cobra that stages terror attacks? Cobra that wants to dominate the world? Cobra.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
He never gives up. He'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe.
Well, there you go. Now, everything Cobra does is what the New World Order does, including secret underground bases, staging terror attacks, manipulating currencies, brainwashing people, and wanting to rule the world. And you got to face it, our military that's committing suicide at record numbers knows that they basically serve, for all intents and purposes, Cobra. Isn't that interesting? And you've got Destro, the international arms dealer. That's the New World Order. Everything we're taught about Cobra. I am Cobra Commander. Whenever I did the Cobra Commander skit and interviewed myself, people thought that I'd had a voice changer or had an actor. No, that's me. I've done national voice talent, folks. I can basically be a mockingbird if I want to. I'm not bragging. I just want people saying it's not my voice. I am the leader. I am Cobra Commander. Anyways, also the voice of Starscream. Did you ever notice that? No, Megatron, I will be the leader. See? Thank you for joining us. Got to have a little bit of fun here occasionally, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the Info War. And I am here trying to rally people to awaken to that and defeat the globalist. All right, let's get serious here. This is good news and bad news. The media doesn't know what to do because this is a respected, long-time county judge. That's basically the mayor of the county. We don't live in Texas. And it's a very populous, about the most populous West Texas town, Lubbock. And to make a long story short, in fact, I'll just pull Lubbock up on a map for folks that are watching at Prisonplanet TV. I'll pull Lubbock up for everybody if you want to know where it's at. And we'll back out here on the old Google map. So there's Lubbock. It's up close, to the middle of the Panhandle, south of Amarillo, here in what they call terrorist country, Texas. That's where evil people actually want freedom. The Alamo, stuff like that. Just basically bad people that believe in the Second Amendment and stuff like that. That's why they admit in Louisiana, which is full of a lot of good